Welcome to the Time Machine. I'm Jason Blewett. The year is 1994. The horse, Holy Bull, who was trained by the late Jimmy Kroll. The bull had finished 10th in the Kentucky Derby as the favorite, but rebounded with wins in the Metropolitan, Dwyer, and Haskell. Heading into that summer at Saratoga, though, he certainly faced the biggest test of his career in the mile-and-a-quarter Travers, and that Midsummer Derby turned out to be one of the greatest races ever at the old Spa.
The Holy Bull had gotten beat in the Kentucky Derby. Real no explanation as to why he ran so poorly. It was one of the few races, maybe the only race in his career that he just never got into. After that, though, he came back and won the Met Mile as a 3-year-old, the Dwyer, the Haskell, and he was coming into the Travers with a lot of momentum and training great. The big question was whether he could get the mile-and-a-quarter since he didn't do it in the Kentucky Derby.
So going into the Travers, you know that Holy Bull is a talented horse because he's won the Met Mile and beat older horses doing it. Going into the Travers, you don't know whether he's a good mile-and-a-quarter horse because when he ran in the Kentucky Derby going a mile-and-a-quarter, he lost.
And they're off in the Travers. And Holy Bull breaks in stride, but here comes Comanche Trail. Hell-bent on the lead on the outside, and it is. Comanche Trail who takes the lead, but here comes Holy Bull up from the inside, and Tabasco Cat's not far behind. Unaccounted for is running in fourth, and Concern is already 15 lengths from the lead by the time they reach the first turn.
In that race was tended to by a rabbit from D. Wayne Lucas named Comanche Trail, who was the stablemate of Tabasco Cat. They're going into the first turn here, the clubhouse turn at Saratoga, and Holy Bull is full of run, full of himself. Mike Smith is aboard, and I had my binoculars totally focused on Holy Bull's head. And as they head into the clubhouse turn, here's Comanche Trail alongside, putting some pressure on him. And I can to this day remember looking at Holy Bull's eye, and he's glancing back at Mike Smith, and Holy Bull is saying, "Why are you asking me to do this? I can put this guy away at any time." I mean, there was pure contempt in Holy Bull's eye about, why do I have to wait?
So they spring the latch, and Holy Bull has got this great amount of speed. They run the first quarter in 22 and change. They're going a mile-and-a-quarter now. He just gets punished through that opening quarter mile.
Drops 7 lengths from the lead. Holy Bull opens up as they pass the half-mile pole. It is Holy Bull who runs an eye-opening 3/4.
He takes him to a 46-1 half mile. This horse just pressing on him, intense pressure the whole way. On the far turn, he opens up by 5 lengths. But in the back of the field is a horse that would eventually win the Breeders' Cup Classic. And that is when the man said there was cause for concern.
But there is cause for concern. Concern comes on. Second on the outside. Tabasco Cat is well behind in third. They're coming down to the final furlong. Mike Smith asking Holy Bull for everything he has. Concern is coming hard under Jerry Belly. It's still Holy Bull desperately trying to hold Concern upon the front. But it is Holy Bull as game as a racehorse can be coming down to the wire. Holy Bull wins! What a hero! Concern came to him at the end, and it was 15 lengths back to him.
He crosses the finish line, and I know that I've just seen something really, really remarkable.
Well, it was a really tremendous performance on Holy Bull's part, and made amends for the Kentucky Derby. He won a lot of races. He didn't win the Kentucky Derby, but at least he won the Midsummer Derby.
Awesome.
Holy Bull was not finished after the Travers. Later that season, downstate at Belmont Park, the Gray Bull would defeat some of the best older horses in training, winning the Woodward, and he would go on to be named Horse of the Year. For the Time Machine, I'm Jason Blewett.